Hi, dear listeners. Welcome to our podcast for learning English. My name is Alexa, and today we are going to talk about bargaining when buying things.
Hi, everyone. I'm Alex, and I'll be joining Alexa to help you learn English through simple conversations about how to bargain when you buy something.
Bargaining is when you talk to the seller to lower the price of something. Many people do this to save money. It's important to know how to ask for a better price in a nice way, so you don't upset the seller.
Yes, that's true. When you want to bargain, you should start by being polite. You can say something like, "Is this the best price?" Or, "Can you give me a discount?" This shows respect while you try to get a better deal.
One thing to remember when bargaining is to smile. A friendly smile can help a lot. People are more likely to offer a discount if you are kind. Don't be too pushy or rude. This can make the seller less willing to lower the price.
Exactly. Another tip is to offer a price that is a little lower than what you are willing to pay. This way, you can meet somewhere in the middle. For example, if something costs $20, you can say, "Can I have it for $15?
Timing is also important when bargaining. If a store is about to close, the seller might be more willing to lower the price to make a sale. You can try to bargain at that time, and you might get a better deal.
That's a great point. Alexa, also, when you buy more than one item, you can ask for a discount. You can say, "If I buy two, can I get a lower price?" Sellers might offer you a better price for buying more.
You should also do some research before bargaining. If you know how much an item usually costs, you can tell if the seller is asking for too much. This helps you make a fair offer when you try to lower the price.
Yes, knowing the market price is helpful. And sometimes, sellers will ask a higher price because they expect you to bargain. If you know the usual price, you won't pay too much even if you don't get a big discount. Another tip is to be ready to walk away if you don't get the price you want. Sometimes, when the seller sees you are about to leave, they may lower the price to keep you as a customer. That's a good strategy, but remember, don't be rude when you walk away. Just say "thank you," maybe next time, and leave calmly. This shows you respect the seller even if you didn't get the deal.
Bargaining can be different in every country. In some places, it's very common, while in others, it might not be as normal. It's important to understand the local culture before you start bargaining.
Yes, in some countries, like in markets in Asia or Africa, bargaining is part of daily life. But in places like Europe or America, you might not bargain as much, especially in big stores.
If you're not sure if you can bargain, just ask. You can say, "Is the price negotiable?" Or "Do you offer discounts?" This lets the seller know you are interested in bargaining without being too direct.
And if the seller says no, don't be upset. Not every store allows bargaining. Just accept their answer and decide if you still want to buy the item at the given price.
When bargaining, it's also helpful to have cash. Sellers may be more likely to give a discount if you pay in cash. They don't have to deal with credit card fees, so sometimes they can lower the price for you.
Yes, cash can be a bargaining tool. You can say, "If I pay in cash, can you give me a discount?" This can work well, especially in smaller shops or markets where they prefer cash payments.
Another trick is to look for small imperfections in the item you want to buy. If there is a small scratch or mark, you can ask for a discount because the item isn't perfect.
That's a smart move. You can politely point out the flaw and say, "This has a small scratch. Can you lower the price?" Many sellers are open to this because they know the item isn't in perfect condition.
You should also stay patient during the bargaining process. Don't rush the seller. Sometimes it takes a few minutes for the seller to agree to a lower price. Keep calm and friendly throughout the conversation.
Patience is key. If you rush, the seller might feel pressured and refuse to bargain. By taking your time, you show respect and make the seller feel more comfortable with negotiating the price.
Also, try not to look too interested in the item. If the seller sees that you really want something, they might not want to lower the price. Keep a neutral attitude and don't show too much excitement.
Yes, that's a great tip. If you act too excited, the seller will know you are willing to pay more. Stay calm and act like you are willing to walk away if you don't get a good price.
Another way to bargain is to ask if the seller can include something extra for free instead of lowering the price. For example, if you are buying clothes, you can ask if they will give you a free accessory.
That's a creative way to bargain. Instead of asking for a lower price, you can say, "Can you add this item for free if I buy this one?" Sellers might be more willing to do this than reduce the price.
One thing to remember when bargaining is that politeness is essential. Start with a greeting like hello or good afternoon and ask kindly, "Is there any chance for a discount?" This shows respect and sets a positive tone for the conversation. Sellers are more likely to offer a deal when they feel respected, and you're more likely to get what you want without any tension.
When you're bargaining, listen carefully to the seller's response. If they say they can't lower the price, don't push too hard. You can try asking again politely, but it's important not to be too demanding. Sometimes the seller will change their mind after a while, especially if you remain calm and patient. Respect the seller's boundaries to keep the conversation friendly.
Another good tip is to use body language when bargaining. Smiling and maintaining eye contact can make you seem friendlier, and the seller may be more willing to negotiate. At the same time, avoid showing that you're too eager. If you act like you really want the item, the seller may not lower the price as much because they think you'll pay more.
Bargaining is not just about asking for a lower price, but also about making a deal that benefits both sides. Think of it as a friendly negotiation, not a battle. You want the seller to feel good about the deal too. For example, if the seller agrees to lower the price a little, be appreciative and show that you're happy with their offer.
A smart way to bargain is to offer something in return. For example, if the seller agrees to lower the price, you can offer to buy more items. This way, the seller feels like they are still making a good sale, even with the discount. It's about finding a win-win solution where both you and the seller are satisfied with the final deal.
Another trick is to bring a friend with you when you want to bargain. Having someone else there can make the seller feel more comfortable, especially if your friend also shows interest in the item. Sometimes, sellers are more willing to negotiate when they see that there are more customers involved, as they want to make sure they keep your business.
If you're at a local market or buying from a small shop, it's often easier to bargain. Small business owners may be more flexible with prices compared to big chain stores. They value their customers and are often willing to lower the price if you show interest in their product and are polite in your approach.
Bargaining in markets or shops is common in many places, but sometimes, even in big stores, you can find opportunities to ask for discounts. For example, if there's a small scratch or dent on an item, you can ask if they would lower the price. Big stores often have policies for this, and they might offer you a discount on slightly damaged goods.
In some countries, bargaining is a daily practice, and sellers expect it. For example, in many parts of Asia, Africa, and the Middle East, bargaining is normal in markets. However, in Western countries, like the US or UK, bargaining might not be as common, especially in stores. Knowing the local culture can help you understand when and where it's appropriate to bargain.
Another important thing to remember is that bargaining is about finding balance. Don't expect to get a huge discount right away. Often, the seller will lower the price a little, and then you can offer a little more. This back and forth process is a part of bargaining, and it shows that you are willing to meet in the middle for a fair deal.
When you're bargaining, try to use positive language. Instead of saying, "That's too expensive," you can say, "I really like this. but it's a little out of my budget. This way, you're not criticizing the price, but you're still letting the seller know you need a better offer. Positive language makes the conversation more pleasant for both you and the seller.
Sometimes you'll find that the seller doesn't want to lower the price at all. In this case, you can try bargaining for something else. For example, if you're buying clothes, you can ask if they'll throw in a free belt or accessory. This way, even if you don't get a lower price, you're still getting more value for your money.
Another good strategy is to mention that you're a loyal customer or that you'll come back in the future. Sellers often value regular customers, and if they believe you will come back, they might be more willing to give you a discount. You can say something like, "If you give me a good price today, I'll make sure to come back next time."
Don't forget to watch for sales or special offers. Sometimes stores are willing to bargain more if they are having a sale or if they have extra stock they want to get rid of. You can ask, "Is this the final price?" or "Are there any discounts today?" This is a polite way to check if you can get a better deal.
It's important to set a budget before you start bargaining. Know the maximum amount you are willing to pay for an item. This helps you stay in control during the conversation. If the price is still too high after bargaining, don't feel bad about walking away. Sticking to your budget is more important than making a quick deal.
Another thing to remember is that bargaining isn't just about money. Sometimes you can ask for a better service, like faster delivery or free installation, if you're buying something big, like furniture or electronics. Bargaining doesn't always have to mean getting a lower price. It can also mean getting better value in other ways.
Don't be afraid to bargain even if you're shy. It's a skill that improves with practice. Start small by bargaining for little things like a souvenir or food at a market. As you get more comfortable, you can try bargaining for bigger purchases. The more you do it, the better you'll become at negotiating and getting good deals.
It's also helpful to know a few bargaining phrases in the local language if you're shopping in another country. Even if you don't speak the language fluently, knowing how to say, "Can you lower the price?" or "Is there a discount?" in the local language can make a big difference and help you connect better with the seller.
When bargaining, it's important to be aware of the seller's situation too. Some sellers, especially small business owners, rely on sales to support their families. If the price they offer is reasonable and fair, consider accepting it. Bargaining is about finding a good deal, but it's also about respecting the seller's work and effort.
Finally, keep in mind that bargaining should be fun, not stressful. It's a way to interact with people, practice your communication skills, and hopefully get a better deal. If you're having fun and being polite, the seller will feel more comfortable and you'll likely have a more successful and enjoyable bargaining experience.
Another key part of bargaining is knowing when to stop. If the seller says no and doesn't want to lower the price anymore, it's okay to accept the final offer or walk away. Pushing too much can make the seller uncomfortable and ruin the chance of making a deal. Sometimes walking away shows you're serious, and the seller might call you back with a better price.
Yes, knowing when to stop is important. Sometimes sellers will meet you halfway if you're polite and reasonable. If they see you're not too aggressive, they might offer a small discount just to keep the deal friendly. Always remember, bargaining is about respect. Both you and the seller should feel good at the end of the deal.
Bargaining can also be a way to build relationships, especially in local markets. If you visit the same shop regularly and always negotiate kindly, the seller will recognize you and might give you better deals in the future. Building a good relationship with sellers can sometimes get you lower prices without even asking.
That's so true. Alexa, loyalty can be more valuable than a one-time bargain. Sellers appreciate customers who come back, and you might even get special discounts over time. So, always be friendly and don't just focus on getting the lowest price today. Think about how you can benefit from long-term relationships.
A final tip is to always show gratitude, even if you don't get the deal you wanted. Thank the seller for their time and leave on good terms. You never know, they might remember your politeness and give you a better deal the next time. A positive attitude goes a long way, and people are more willing to help those who are friendly and respectful.
Absolutely, Alexa. Even if you don't get the perfect price, a kind word and a smile can leave a lasting impression. It's not just about the price, it's about the experience. Bargaining should feel like a fair exchange, not a fight. So, stay positive and remember that there's always a chance to try again next time.
In some situations, even if you can't lower the price, you can ask for a payment plan. This is especially useful for big purchases like furniture or electronics. Sometimes sellers are willing to let you pay in installments without charging extra, which can be just as helpful as a discount.
Yes, that's a great tip. Payment plans can make expensive items more affordable without needing to bargain for a lower price. It's a win-win because the seller gets a sale and you get the item without paying all at once. Always ask politely if such an option is available, and you might be surprised at the flexibility.
To wrap things up, remember that bargaining is a skill that improves with time. Be patient, stay polite, and always try to make the negotiation a positive experience for both you and the seller. Learning how to communicate well will not only help you in bargaining, but also in many other areas of life.
That's right, Alexa. We hope our listeners learned a lot from today's discussion. Bargaining is an excellent way to practice English in real-life situations, while also getting better deals. Thanks for joining us. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more simple English learning tips. See you next time.